Let's talk about the most simple form of gaining experience in Godot. So here's a couple things. One, we go to our experience orb script because you have to create an experience orb script. Uh, you have it export the variable so that you can change the experience amount. I don't know why it's not changing in the inspector up here. Maybe it's because I am. There we go. So over here, you can see that you can change the experience amount via the inspector or via other things, but you have it on body entered. It detects if the body is in the group player. If it is, it adds the experience amount, and then it deletes itself. And in the goblin one, you have it call the experience orb scene, which is what we were just on basically, and then have, instead of having it just queue free itself at the end of the take damage, it does the die function, and then we create the die function die. Varying experience orb is just you defining what an experience orb is, and then you, at the end of it, it deletes itself, right? So it creates the experience orb that we called at the beginning of the script, and then it deletes itself, and that's how it dies. So hold on, let me get rid of this real quick, and then we will show you how it works. So as you can see, he dies, it creates a little experience orb, and then when you walk over it, boom, it disappears. And then as you can see down here, it printed an experience amount. I think you can see it. Yeah, you can see it. So yeah, that's basically it. A few commenters did say that, point out that you could do something called pooling, which is a lot more useful when you have lots of enemies, because deleting and reinstantiating enemies when you're trying to get them to respawn causes a little bit of like RAM cost or like overhead. It causes some issues over time. So instead what you do is something called pooling, which is that you have a set pool of enemies that can be on a screen at the time, and then if they die, instead of deleting themselves, they still drop an experience orb, which is also from a pool, but they also disappear. They don't delete, they turn invisible and lose their collision shape, and then they zip off the screen and then go back to normal and then start walking towards you again like a fresh enemy. So it's like they're respawning, but it's actually the same enemy over and over again. So it's a little bit less overhead so that it can reuse assets. You can do the same thing with experience orbs because there can really only be so many at a time. That way the game is not having to create a bunch. And this it's not keeping a massive library of assets online at all times. You have to control what pool is being drawn from, if you even need a pool at any given point, because if you're fighting a boss enemy, you don't need a pool, right? So that's just a tip I was given and I felt like sharing it. So yeah, that's what I worked on today.